In the late 2000s, the US economy was booming. The standard of living was impeccable, the markets were booming, and the country had a reasonable inflation rate of only 3%, which meant people didn't have to worry. The economy was stable, US citizens could afford to live well, and it seemed like the US was unstoppable. But then, after a series of reckless decisions, inflation rates have skyrocketed, tripling to 9% just this year. In 2020 alone, the US government printed 40% of all US dollars in 1 year, and now the standard of living is dropping dramatically. More and more people are struggling to feed their families, heat their homes, and afford medical care. With the average American savings dwindling, the major banks collapsing, house prices skyrocketing, it's become clear to everyone that the US economy is in a deep downward spiral. There's a reason large companies like Amazon, Meta, and Google are laying off tens of thousands of their employees. National debt is also at an all-time high, surpassing 120% of what the US makes in a year. And so what were the reckless actions that caused this? Who and what decisions were made that caused the current US economic climate? Well, we're going to outline all the mistakes that made this a reality. And it all started back with the 2008 crash. You see, before 2008, banks had found a way to make buckets of money, and this involved betting massive amounts of money on the housing market. But when their gambles began to catch up with them, it sparked a massive drop in house prices and eventually plunged the country into a recession.